Hello everyone, this is Day Trader Matt with businesswithtrading.com doing a market recap for the 4th of September, Tuesday. And today the markets did have a small little gap down and chopped around a little bit and then proceeded to fall off a small cliff and then found the bottom and chopped around for the rest of the day. And sometimes that happens. We grabbed 2 trades today. Both were successful. We were working inside of a maximum profit potential of 4.25 points or 9 ticks. And actual entries and exits, we made 7 points or 28 ticks. Basically what we did is we grabbed a short couple minutes after the open and we rode that down into this region here. We took profits right here. We're looking to see some further action. We didn't. We grabbed a long over here and took a little bit off here and the rest up here. And then we were waiting on the news. 10 o'clock happened. We definitely saw some choppy action. And then the markets, continued to chop around for a few more minutes and then it just dropped. Definitely fell very, very quickly, and afterwards kind of just it did continue going lower but very choppy and ended up eventually finding a bottom and did chop around for a little bit longer. I did talk about a possible trade, what I was looking at after the room had closed. Of course, if I'm not in a trade, I'm not going to say, hey, I took this long. That's doesn't make any sense to me, doesn't make any sense to my members, so I would not do that. I've heard stories, there are some people out there who will do something like that. That's not really my style, but what I said did work out. And if any of the members out there are watching this video, if you took it, congratulations, that's a great trade. If you didn't, it is what it is. It doesn't matter. When I was a new trader, if I had somebody who I could trade with who actually knew how to trade, I definitely would not place a trade if that person wasn't there with me. So I can see each side of the coin. So it really, it is what it is. Some people might have taken it, some people didn't. And I'm really not trying to say this to boost me up at all, even though it might seem like that to some people. I'm just saying that. I do an analysis when I close the room down. I do a little bit of one when I open the room, but when I close the room at 12 o'clock, I talk a lot about what I'm looking at going forward for the rest of the day. And sometimes I get really in depth with it and talk about the next couple weeks or months. And some days I have a little bit more clarification than other days. I'm not a fortune teller here. I look at the market, I see what I see, and sometimes I see a little bit more than other times. And it's going to be that way. It doesn't matter if you've traded for a year, or 10 years, 50 years. Maybe you've been lucky and you've lived for so long you've traded for 100 years. Who knows? But sometimes I see the market and I can see things that hey, the market should be here in a month if this works out, and it looks like it is. And stuff like that. And I teach a lot of that in the trading course. I go over a lot of that, and I have areas for you to ask questions and everybody can see, or we can talk. And that's why I set up I set it up in like a forum type atmosphere, so you can ask questions directly on the forum. And I also set aside time for everybody that signs up for the trading course so that I can meet with them And that's, basically what it's all about. And it adds that extra one-on-one exposure. I am still doing mentorships. I'm trying to scale it back a little bit, and that's why I'm, starting this, the forum trading course, the learning community that I call it. So that way, for the most part, people would come into there, but every now and then somebody wants more one-on-one training, and that's okay with me because I love trading. It's definitely something that I have a passion for. It's something I really enjoy, and I could talk about it forever, and I can't talk about it forever in one video. That would be a very, very long video. Most people would probably go to sleep halfway through. But it's something I definitely enjoy. But let's get back to the video real quick. It's 6 minutes already. It's going to be a long video. So that's basically what happened on the day. Ended up with 7 points, which is definitely not that bad at all. If you're looking at $50 per point, 7 points, $350 for a 2.5 hour day. Right after Memorial Day. So very, very cool in that regard. Let's look at the news for tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday the 5th, and tomorrow we have, starting at 8:30 in the morning, revised non-farm productivity. We're looking for 1.8%. 1.6 was the prior. Revised unit labor cost, looking for 1.5%. Prior reading was 1.7. We do have some Canadian news coming out at 9, and at 9:30 tomorrow night we have some Aussie news, which is going to be important just because Australia, China, the growth engine of the world. The US is a stable engine, but we're not the growth engine like we were 70 years ago. So that's why everybody's going to look at this. They're going to look at Aussie employment change, Aussie unemployment rate. The U.S. unemployment rate, it's very easy to manipulate it, and it has been manipulated a little bit. A little bit from the administration, but a lot just because of workers leaving the workforce because they can't find a job, so they leave the workforce, which skews the numbers a little bit, and a couple other reasons. I'm not really going to get into all of that right now. I don't want the video to be so long that nobody watches it, but anyway, everybody's going to be paying attention to this. So with that, definitely pay attention to these numbers and see how the market opens, and go from there. It's going to be very interesting tomorrow. So with that, hope everybody enjoyed the video. If you did, please click the Twitter, Facebook, and like buttons. Definitely would appreciate it. Everyone have an awesome night, and I'll see you tomorrow in the markets. Thank you.